Hello everyone, today we will be talking about the struggling Arizona Coyotes. Now before we start, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed the video, and also make sure to join the Hockey Brigade by hitting the subscribe button below. Now let's talk about that team in the desert, which is Arizona. So, as you probably all know by now, Arizona has not been having a good year, unfortunately for them. They're 11 games into an 82-game season, and they're 0-10-1 on the year. And that gives them a grand total of 1 point. It's pretty rough right now. They're actually on pace for 7 points for the season, and while that won't happen, I couldn't see that happening. This has got people wondering just how miserable this season really will be. The answer, as we all probably expect, really miserable, as they got moved over to the Central Division because of the expansion of Seattle, and 5 out of the 7 teams besides them in the division made the playoffs last year, so you expected things to be rough going for them. And there's just not really going to be any easy games outside of Chicago, and even still Chicago's roster is just, I'd say it's better than Arizona's. And you know it's going to be hard for them, as they shipped out a lot of guys at being Arizona, and that was for the purpose of a rebuild. As of right now, they rank dead last in the league for goals for, with 14 or 1.27 goals per game, and rank 31st in the league for goals allowed with 44 or 4 goals per game allowed. And I would like to say, while they don't rank last there, Chicago has 3 more than them, but also they've played 1 more game. So, I mean, it's not like it couldn't have been Arizona. To add on to that, their power play is 31st in the league at 7.41%, as they're 2 for 27 on the man advantage. Ironically, though, Vegas is dead last in the league. They are 0 for 19 on the power play. Didn't expect that. Haven't followed that story super well at all. Actually, I didn't even know that they hadn't scored a power play goal, but that was shocking. And then Arizona's PK is dead last in the league at 64%, which is definitely well below league average. And you kind of expected it. You knew that this was going to be rough all around for Arizona. And to put the cherry on top, they've been outscored 26-12 at 5-on-5 play. So yeah, as you can see, things are not looking good when you just look at even really simple stats like this. Now, looking at this, I know a lot of people are probably thinking this could end up being the worst team all time, and they could beat out the 74-75 Washington Capitals, who went 8-67-5 that year. I'm going to say, if you're a Coyotes fan, that you're going to get some encouragement from me, and I know that really doesn't mean much as of right now, but I just really couldn't see it happening. We're not in an expansion era. We're not in this era where they're getting an expansion team. Yes, this was a purposeful rebuild, but you just don't see teams that bad anymore in this era of the NHL. Now, on the flip side, I do think that they'll end up being probably one of the worst recent teams in NHL history, and probably have a good chance of being worse than the 16-17 Colorado Avalanche, who went 22-56-4 that year. And it's tough, because you would say, okay, well, at least it's not the 74-75 Caps, but you look back at that older team from Colorado a few years ago, and it was rough. Now, the only thing I worry about right now for Arizona is just getting that first win, getting the monkey off your back, and that's for a couple of reasons. The first is the longer they go without a win, the worse the locker room atmosphere is, and obviously for any team that's struggling, that's not easy, but to not even have a win, it gets worse every day because the media is covering it more. Now, the second reason is nobody, especially good teams, is going to want to be the first team to lose to the Coyotes. In a normal year, I'd say if Arizona just had 2 wins, maybe some better teams would take it easier on them and just say, hey, it's a day off. We can not go as hard as we would like against a normal team. But that's not the case. They're 0-10-1. A good team is not going to want to be attached to a loss to the Coyotes. And for the Yotes, that is bad news for them and their fan base, because teams they're not going to go easy. It's just the reality of it. But we knew with the rebuild coming, fans were going to have to prepare for this. They're going to have to weather the storm, and we are at that point. Now, I do expect Arizona to get some, I'd say, double-digit win. A double-digit win season would be in the cards for them this year. I would be surprised if they didn't. And I'd say in their next 5 games, they have 2 pretty good chances. They play Seattle tonight. Seattle has struggled a little bit, and then they play Chicago, I think, on the 12th. And I think that they could win maybe both, hopefully at least one of those games. That being said, though, if they won more than 15 games, I would be surprised. So for now, you're just going to have to yell hell no if you are a supporter of this team so you can get through the season, because the team rocking these beautiful Kachina jerseys are just not there. They are not competitive, and that's just reality of it. How many wins do you think Arizona will get this year? Let me know down below. Also, like this video if you liked this video, and join the Hockey Brigade by subscribing. We love that subscription that we get with everybody. So everybody stay safe. Have a great night. You go love hockey, alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.